Hola, hola, buenos días. ¿Cómo estás? Hello, good morning. How are you? Hope you are well as we continue to adapt, right? And every day is a new day, like always, virus or no virus, economic hardships or economic prosperity, right? It's a constant adaptation. So here we are, second week of a higher level class. Some of you have been with me on Facebook for exercises and ideas that you've heard with me in the past. So you will hear these ideas, approaches in the higher levels because they're super important. As I've mentioned before, I will always greet you and try to familiarize some of you with some expressions in Spanish and continue to remind you of the words that are super important in flamenco so that we can communicate with our people behind us. Most of the times they're behind us. We have what's called fin de fiesta that happens at the end of a lot of our performances, fin de fiesta. So they're no longer necessarily behind us, but we all stand. We come a lot of times center stage if we're in theater. Center stage is more of center of wherever we're performing, right? And so our compañeros, right, the people that we're performing with, our companions, make usually a semicircle, an arc shape. So they're no longer behind us. The guitarist maybe was amplified, now is holding his guitar. So it's what would be called acoustic, right? He's no longer amplified. And our singer is not necessarily holding a microphone either. So we've kind of gotten to a more of a bit informal setting, although we might still be on stage in a theater and we might still be using the same floor that we just did our show performance on. But it's our fin de fiesta, right? The end of the party. And we're all going to interact a little closer knit. So this is when we do our patadas. A lot of times we choose to do these patadas por bulerías, and we all do kind of a snippet, and sometimes we all convene at the very end, and we go off in our coro. In our coro means in our coro, maybe we're all kind of singing together. Maybe the singer continues to sing for us, an estribillo. So these are some new words for us. Fin de fiesta is an important one. This is a lively way that the performers sometimes choose to end the show, or the director chooses to end the show. And everyone kind of ends in a lively, happy, somewhat improvised or completely improvised way. And fin de fiesta, I believe most of the time it's por bulerías, but I don't know if fin de fiesta there's a rule that it has to be bulerías. Maybe it can be por tangos, and that's something that I can find out. But it's usually at the end of a show, and like I said, most of the times everybody kind of gathers up out of their seats and stands and is supposed to be kind of improvised. If we're doing a student show, student recital, it's probably more comfortable for the people participating, the students, to rehearse what they're going to do. Although they may not know what the singer is going to sing for them or how they're going to deliver those letras. Okay, so that's our educational bit for the day. I gave you some expressions in Spanish that we could use in everyday living, not just in flamenco. Just like in choreographed numbers, we could use a llamada in our fin de fiesta, a llamada for the purpose of this class. Usually I use llamada with my students to call for a letra. So llamada, call. Llamada, call. I'm calling for a letra, right? A verse of song from the singer so that I can dance to song. So beyond guitar rhythm, or a falseta, I'm actually calling for verse, for letra, for lyrics from the singer, whether that be a female or a male singer, cantador or cantadora, that sings as cante. So there's another term that you've hopefully heard before. At this level, this is not a beginning flamenco class. And this class has started to work in tientos, which is a palo of flamenco, P-A-L-O, another term you've heard, but like I've said, I do repetition so that it becomes very normal to you and that you're not having to look up these words or ask me. They just, boom, they're there for you. Palo, P-A-L-O, P-A-L-O. I'm going to breathe a little bit more normally here. Maybe I'm talking too fast. We need to breathe, respirar. Okay, so, okay. All right, so just reading. Kiana, if you can hear me, I've put the chat function on. So although I can't read from where I am, I'm not Superman, Supergirl, Superwoman, although sometimes I'd like to be, especially with flamenco. I've got my phone here, so you can keep texting me if you'd like, but I've got the chat function on the screen. So we can start using that as well. I think the reason I'm not breathing as deeply as I'd like to be, and I need to remind myself, just as I will remind you, as my friends as well, because in this crisis that we're at, that's one thing we really need to do for our anxiety level, right? And for our peace levels, right? It's just to breathe and breathe deeply. So I've got Kiana over here. I've greeted Kiana over here. Okay, I see a little yellow and maybe some red. So maybe those are some smiley faces with hearts. A-N, I'm here. Woohoo! Yay! A-N. Say something. E-N to A-N. A-N. Okay, it's going to say N hola. What I really mean is capital A, capital N. Hola. Okay. All right, so I'm going to keep moving along because I'm a talker. I'm a mover, but I'm a talker. So, hola, buenos días. ¿Cómo estás? Yo estoy bien. Muchas gracias. Thank you. I'm bien. Estoy bien. Estoy in Spanish, we don't always have to say the subject. Yo estoy bien. Puedo decir, I can say, estoy bien. I'm good. I can leave the I out, yo. Okay, so flamenco, right? And it's not flamingo. Hopefully those watching today, if you're beginning or if you're introduction level, which is before beginning, it's flamenco. E-N-C-O at the end, not I-N-G-O, right? Even though the birds are really super cute, beautiful birds, it's not flamingo, it's flamenco. All right, let's move along here. It is now 11:20 something. Anteojos. 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 Gafas. I think lentes, right? Lentes can also be contact lenses. Lentes, gafas, anteojos. Maestra necesita lentes. Okay, so it's 11:20 something. So I'm going to move right along. All of this talking is super important for flamenco, right? We need to